Today's session.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning to one and all present here. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce our chief guest of the section, Dr. S. Gomati, Professor, Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, K.S. Rangasamy College of Technology. She completed her undergraduate in Electrical and Electronics Engineering in the year 2000 from Bharatiyar University and post-graduation from Anna University. She received her doctorate from Anna University in the year of 2019. She has more than 20 years of teaching experience in our institution. She is an eminent and enthusiastic researcher with over 9 international journal publications and has successfully presented more than 19 papers in various international and national conferences. She has an excellent track record of organizing programs like workshops, seminars, and conferences. She received NSF Best Research Paper Award in the year of 2018. She received Best Senior Faculty Award in the year of 2019. Under her guidance, students have won award from NSSCST under the title of Student Project Scheme. Now I request Dr. S. Komati to take over the section and enlighten us with her lecture.
Thank you, Lucy. Good morning to all. Good morning to all. Myself, Dr. Gomati, Professor, Department of EEE, K.S. Rangasamy College of Technology, Tiruchendur. So today I am going to discuss about the hybrid electric vehicles and its types and architecture. First of all, why we go for the electric vehicles? Why we go for electric vehicles? Nowadays, we are using internal combustion engines. So what are the disadvantages of internal combustion engines and why we go for electric vehicles? So electric vehicles have a lot of advantages. The most important advantage of electric vehicle is it does not produce pollution, no fuel requirement, and no carbon particle emissions. So due to the pollution, there are a lot of problems in our environment, and it also affects the human health, also affects the environment, and due to the pollution there will be there is a global warming and noise pollutions created, and these are rectified by the electric vehicles. So electric vehicle does not require fuels, it does not produce carbon emissions, and it does not emit any carbon based gases, and it gives a better healthy environment, and it gives healthy life for the human beings, and it does not produce noise, less running cost, low maintenance. So what is electric vehicle? Electric vehicle is a vehicle which runs under the electricity. So here in the battery is used to store the electricity in the vehicle. Then electricity powers the vehicle wheels through an electric motor. So all we have seen the electric vehicles. So in our home, kids are playing with the electric car, remote car, that is small size of car with small size of batteries. The kids are playing. The battery can be a rechargeable battery. So we either the battery is of six number of batteries or 8 number of batteries, like that. A small car can be operated. So we can take the batteries outside and we can recharge the batteries and can be reused for operating the electric cars or electric small toys, like that. So if we imagine the larger size of vehicles, larger electric cars, we require larger size of or larger number of batteries. So the batteries can be rechargeable. So either we can in the larger size of vehicles, it is not necessary to take the batteries outside and recharge. We can directly recharge with the plug-in outlets. So electric vehicle means it doesn't mean that only the two-wheelers, three-wheelers and electric cars and all. There are different types of electric vehicles are available. For example, here in the first picture shows the flight. There is uh, in the uh, in the roof of on the roof of the flight, solar panels are mounted. So the electricity for the flights can be obtained from the solar. Solar panel converts the light energy from the sun into an electrical energy. So the electrical energy can be used to propel the vehicle. And the second picture shows the wind based vehicle. So here wind energy is used to propel the vehicle here. And third picture shows the ship. On the roof of the ship, solar panels are mounted, and electricity for this ship can be taken from this solar panel. And this is watercraft. There are different types of electric vehicles are available. So in this picture, in the first picture, this is the charging station. In the charging station, on the rooftop, solar panels are mounted. So instead of wasting that place, solar panels are mounted on the roof and can be used for charging the electric vehicles. And not only the panels can be mounted on the roof like this, it can also be mounted like this, inclined nature. In the inclined nature, why it is connected like this means, if we connect the panels, if we mount the panels in the inclined nature, we can able to get the maximum sunlight from the maximum sun energy or light energy from the sun. So this is a two-wheeler and three-wheeler, and this is charging station. We can plug in the vehicle here and we can able to charge the electric car like this. Comparison of electric vehicle with the internal combustion engine. So this picture, first one electric vehicle, it shows in green color, and this is the gasoline vehicle. So in gasoline vehicle, as I already told that it emits lot of carbon particles. It pollutes the environment. In electric vehicle, there is no pollution. It is called green energy, no pollution, and it does not produce any carbon emissions and all. But if we use the electricity from the grid, again it pollutes the environment. When we generate the electrical energy from the thermal stations and all, we use coal. So there again electricity generation side, there is that pollutes the environment. If we use the renewable energy for this electric vehicle, then there is zero emission of carbon particles. And here the size of the weight of the vehicle is very less in electric vehicle. Gasoline, compared to electric vehicle, the weight of the vehicle is higher. And then the mileage for the electric vehicle is less compared to the gasoline vehicles. Then efficiency of the electric vehicle is higher than the gasoline vehicles, internal combustion engine. That is, the efficiency of the internal combustion engine is about only 30%. But in case of electric motor, we can able to obtain 85% of the electrical energy in the engine side, itself. Electric vehicle has higher fuel economy than the internal combustion engine. An electric vehicle requires a less maintenance and more reliable, and during the braking time we can able to produce the electrical energy, that is called the regeneration. So during the braking time, the kinetic energy can be converted into electrical energy, and it produces less noises, and there is a smooth control of the electric vehicle. Electric vehicle can be charged by the renewable energy sources like wind and solar. And electric vehicle, the initial cost of the battery is higher, so that the expense of the electric vehicle is much higher than the internal combustion engine vehicle. And for the same energy requirement, electric vehicle requires the more space because it occupies the motor, batteries, then power converters, everything. So it requires somehow higher space. Environmental impact of the transport. So if you see here, this light duty vehicles produces 60% of the carbon emissions, and medium and heavy duty trucks produces 23% of the carbon emissions. Aircraft produces 9%, other vehicles produce 4%, and so on. So the main carbon emission is due to light duty vehicles like two-wheeler and cars, buses, etc. So here the main the number of vehicles available in our country is more vehicles are the two-wheelers, three-wheelers, and four-wheelers. So that two-wheeler, three-wheeler, four-wheeler cars producing more carbon emissions. So due to the pollution, like Delhi, Calcutta, and Coimbatore, Delhi, Calcutta, Bombay cities look like this. So due to the pollution, carbon emissions are there, and due to the carbon emissions, there is a possibility of affecting the human life, and also there is a possibility of on the cancer. Cancer also can be produced for the human. And in the Delhi government adopted the policy called FAME policy, that is foster adaptation and manufacturing of hybrid electric vehicles in the year 2015. So Delhi government introduces the FAME policy in the year 2015 with the outlay of 8.95 billion for the subsidy for the two-wheelers, three-wheelers, hybrid electric vehicles, and e-buses and cars. And again, FAME 2 policy was adopted in the year 2019 with an outlay of rupees 100 billion for the upfront incentives of the purchase of the electric vehicles for supporting the charging infrastructure deployment. So this is the structure of the hybrid electric vehicle. Hybrid electric vehicle consists of both electric motor as well as internal combustion engine. The internal this green color shows the battery operated part. So here inlet path, charger, charging port, battery, then power electronic converters, motor is connected with the wheels. So when we plug the outlet here, then the battery gets charged, and then battery gets charged, and then it is the energy DC supply is given to the motor. If the motor is before the motor, power electronic converters are used. So here output of the battery is given to the power electronic converter, and The power electronic converter converts the voltage and current levels based on the electric motor. If the motor is of DC type, then the power electronic converter is a DC to DC converter. If a DC motor is the electric motor is of AC type, then DC to AC inverter is used here. The output of the electric motor is a mechanical energy that is connected with the wheels of the vehicle. And second part is the internal combustion engine is used. Here fuel storage, and if from this it is connected with the internal combustion engine and then connected with the wheels. And here this is the thermal system. Radiator is used for cooling the both the parts, both the internal combustion engine parts and electric motor parts, everything. In different types of electric vehicles, first one, internal combustion engine, hybrid electric vehicle, plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, then pure electric vehicle or all electric vehicle. So if you see here, this is the fuel and here charging port. The engine size is bigger in the internal combustion engine, and here the battery size is bigger, and gradually the engine size gets reduced here from the left to right. And here the carbon emission is higher and gradually it is decreased, and it is a pure green energy here, no emission in the electric vehicle. Then mileage of this internal combustion engine is 570 to 590 miles of range for the full filled tank of the fuels. And here hybrid electric vehicle, 640 miles of range. This is the hybrid electric vehicle, is the combination of the electric vehicle, electricity as well as the gasoline or petrol. And plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, same 640 miles of range, and this is also the combination of both gasoline as well as electric. And then pure electric vehicle, the mileage is very less, 230 miles of range, and here it is no gasoline is used. This is fossil fuel dependent, and here this is the electricity dependent. Electrification of electric vehicles. So in this internal combustion engine, zero electrification, 0% of the electrification, and carbon emission is higher. In case of battery electric vehicle, the electrification is 100%, no internal combustion engine is used, no fuel is used here, and zero carbon emission in the electric vehicle. And again, this is the comparison of different types of vehicles. First one is conventional type. In the conventional type internal combustion engine, only the fuel is used, gasoline or petrol or diesel is used. Carbon emission is higher. In the hybrid, fuel is used, gasoline or petrol, and small size of battery is used. Carbon emission is lesser compared to the conventional type. And in plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, both gasoline as well as battery is used, but number of battery is used higher than the hybrid type, and carbon emission is reduced further. And in case of all electric vehicle or pure electric vehicle, only battery is used. The number of batteries used is higher, that is the bigger size of batteries used, and no emission of carbon. And in carbon emission of the pollution of the different vehicles, pollution out from the different vehicles shown here. The carbon dioxide emission is higher in the gasoline vehicle, that is internal combustion engine vehicle. Nitrogen oxide is 20 lbs pounds, and particulate matter is 1.4 pounds. And in this electric charged on-grid vehicle, this is only electric vehicle, but it is a charged on-grid part. So here, due to the generation of the electrical energy, carbon dioxide production is very less output, nitrogen oxide is higher. And this one, this vehicle is charged with the renewable energy sources, either solar or wind, then the carbon dioxide production, nitrogen oxide is nil here. types of electric vehicles. So based on the architecture, there are four types of electric vehicles: hybrid electric vehicle, plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, battery electric vehicle, last one is fuel cell electric vehicle. First, we will discuss brief about the battery electric vehicle. So in battery electric vehicle, only the battery is used for the propulsion of the electric vehicle. So battery can be charged an electric motor and then regenerative braking. So this battery can be charged either by plug-in with the household outlets or can be charged with the rooftop solars or wind energies. And then the output of the battery is connected with the motor, where the electric motor converts the electrical energy into mechanical energy, and then this mechanical energy can be connected with the gear trains of the wheels here. And here regenerative braking is also possible. When the regenerative braking is possible, when the vehicle is when the brake is applied, there will be a kinetic energy in the wheels. The kinetic energy can be converted into mechanical energy, and then the mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy. The electrical energy can be stored in the battery. So here we can see that there is a bidirectional power flow here. So when the vehicle is running, it takes the power from the battery. During braking time, it gives the energy that can be stored in the battery here. And next is hybrid electric vehicle. In hybrid electric vehicle, both the batteries as well as gasoline or diesel part are used for the propulsion of the electric vehicle. So battery operated is same as that of the battery electric vehicle. Battery, motor, and then the output of the motor is connected with the gear train with the wheels here. And during braking time, the kinetic energy is converted into electrical energy and can be stored in the battery. And in between the battery and electric motor, power electronic converters are connected. Power electronic converter is connected. If the motor is DC, then DC to DC converter is connected. If the motor is AC type, then inverter is connected here. And then this internal combustion engine, gasoline part, gasoline or diesel is used, and internal combustion engine is connected here. Third part is plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. Here we can able to see the difference of the plug-in hybrid electric vehicle and hybrid electric vehicle. In plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, the battery can be charged with the household outlets. But here the battery cannot be charged. Like that. The battery can be charged through the regenerative braking. Then here the battery can be charged with the household outlets and can be connected with the motor and then to the wheels. And both this is the only difference in the hybrid electric vehicle and plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. Next, fuel cell electric vehicle. In fuel cell electric vehicle, fuel cell is used for the propulsion of the electric vehicle instead of gasoline or gasoline or petrol or diesel. So here in the fuel cell, chemical energy is converted into electrical energy.
Ma'am, hello.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt, ma'am. Ma'am, can you make it full screen mode so that it will be visible? It is not visible clearly.
Sir, I changed it, sir. Is it visible?
No, ma'am. Still the same.
put it in the slideshow, madam, so that it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I put, sir, but it is
Okay, it will take time. Yes, yes, ma'am.
okay.
Changing is taking.
Full screen போட்டுறாங்க but sir, actually I changed it to full screen, sir, but it is not changed in the. But it is not changed, sir. I think there is some problem in Teams. I think so.
Ma'am, can you discard it and again share it? That will be good.
It's okay, madam.
Okay.
I think this is not problem of all the participants.
Yes, sir. I have changed it, sir, but it is not changed, sir. In my screen, I changed it. Goes to the slides. Okay, sir.
Check your. It's okay, madam.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So in fuel cell electric vehicle, the fuel cell is converted into, that is, hydrogen tank is kept in this electric vehicle, and electrochemical energy is converted into electrical energy, and it is stored in the battery that is used for the propulsion of the electric vehicle, and here also regenerative braking is possible. Then types of electric vehicle. So mainly it is classified into two types: battery operated electric vehicle and hybrid electric vehicle. This is based on the architecture of the electric vehicle. Based on the architecture of electric vehicle, the electric vehicle is classified into battery operated electric vehicle and hybrid electric vehicle. Hybrid electric vehicle, there are four types: series hybrid electric vehicle, parallel hybrid, series parallel hybrid, and complex hybrid vehicles. And hybridization degree of a hybrid electric vehicles, there are three types: micro hybrid, mild hybrid, and full hybrid vehicles. First we'll see the battery operated electric vehicle. In battery electric vehicle, only the battery is the source for the propulsion of the wheels for electric vehicle. So battery, then power converter, DC to DC converter, and electric DC to DC converter or DC to AC converter, electric motor, gear train, and then connected to wheel. So here battery, it stores the chemical energy and it gives the electrical energy to the power converters. If the motor is of a DC motor, then the power converter is a DC to DC converter, and the DC to DC converter, and the output of the converter is given to the motor. Motor converts the electrical energy into mechanical energy. So this mechanical energy is connected with the gear train and then connected to the wheels of the vehicles. If the motor is AC type, then here DC to AC converter is used, and then AC motor, then connected to the wheels. And here bidirectional conversion. So during braking time, that is due to the regeneration, the kinetic energy produced in the wheel is converted into converted into electrical energy, and then this electrical energy is stored in the battery. Electric vehicle, sometimes if we use a single motor, it may be a larger sizes and the rating of the motor may be higher. So to avoid that, we go for the two motors for the front wheels and back wheels. So here battery, for each motor separate converters are used. So these two motors of same ratings and same size, everything, and same types of converters also used. So here battery, and then two converters can be used. One is for the motor 1, another one is for the motor 2, and the motor 1 is connected with the either front wheel or rear wheels, and the motor 2 is connected with the another side. So this is for this purpose for using the two motor is for the purpose of reducing the rating and size of the motors. Hybrid electric vehicle. Hybrid electric vehicle, internal combustion engine and electric motor are used. So here fuel tank, internal combustion engine, gearbox, then connected to the wheels. Then from the electric sources, it may be from grid or from the battery, then connected to power electronic converters, and then connected to the motor. Then motor converts the electrical energy into mechanical energy, then connected to the gearbox and can be connected with the wheels. Next, plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. In plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, this is charging port connected to battery, and then electric motor, and then connected to the wheels. And another part is fuel engine, generator connected to motor, and then connected to the wheels. So the difference between the plug-in hybrid electric vehicle and hybrid electric vehicle is this charging port is the only difference. Series hybrid electric vehicle. So in series hybrid electric vehicle, in fuel tank as well as battery used for the propulsion of the electric vehicles. In series hybrid electric vehicle, there is a series connection. In the name itself we can say that the fuel tank, engine, and then here generator converts the mechanical energy into electrical energy, then power converter, then motor, and then differential gear system, and then wheels. So here fuel tank, engine, which gives the mechanical energy that is converted into electrical energy, then power converter converts the current and voltage levels according to requirement of the electric motor, and then motor converts the electrical energy into mechanical energy, and then connected to the wheels. And here battery is connected here. So battery stores the chemical energy and it gives the electrical energy that is given to the power converter. Power converter converts the voltage current levels based on the electric motor, then given to this. So here we can able to see this is the unidirectional, and here this is bidirectional part. So during braking time, the kinetic energy is converted into electrical energy and can be stored in the battery here. So this architecture is called series hybrid electric vehicle. Parallel hybrid electric vehicle. In parallel hybrid electric vehicle, fuel tank and battery are connected in parallel. So fuel tank, engine, and then clutch 1 here. This is transmission connected with the differential gear. And this part, electrical part, battery, converter, then motor, and then connected to differential gear. This is the parallel connection. So here also we can see that this is a unidirectional part, and here this is bidirectional part. So fuel tank engine which is connected with the differential gear for the propulsion of the vehicle, and battery, power converter, motor. So here when the vehicle takes the energy from battery, the power flows like this. During braking time, the kinetic energy is converted into electrical energy and can be stored in the battery. Series parallel hybrid electric vehicle. So in series parallel, consider the parallel type. This fuel tank, engine, clutch one, this one part, and battery, power converter, electric motor. So this arrangement is the series parallel connection. Parallel connection. So just forget this generator. This one is this one, and fuel. This is fuel tank, internal combustion engine part, and this is battery operated part connected in parallel. And here the generator is connected here. So this series part. In the series connection, we use fuel tank, engine, generator, power converter, this part like this. So here we have both the parallel architecture and this one is series architecture. So we get both the parallel architecture and the series architecture. So it is called series parallel hybrid electric vehicle. Okay, so the operation is same operations. Fuel tank, engine, it can be directly connected with the gear and can be connected with the electric wheels. Then battery, power converter, motor can be connected. If it is a series operation, fuel tank, engine, generator, power converter like this, it can be connected. So this operation is called, this architecture is called series parallel hybrid electric vehicle. Complex hybrid electric vehicle. In complex hybrid electric vehicle, series, parallel, all the combinations are connected here. So this one is a parallel fuel tank, engine and connected with the differential gear, and this part parallel power converter, electric motor. This one is the parallel one. Series one means engine, generator, here directly connected with the converter, and like this it goes. So this is the series part. So series, parallel, and here in addition to this one more power converter is connected. So in series parallel combination only one power converter is connected, but in case of complex two power converters are connected. So after this generator, it is connected with the power converter, and this also used to store the electrical energy here. So bidirectional here, bidirectional part here. So this is called complex hybrid electric vehicle architecture. Fuel cell electric vehicle. In fuel cell, the hydrogen tank is used, and fuel cell converts the electrochemical energy into electrical energy. So DC part, and then DC to DC converter, battery, again the output of the battery is DC, in DC to DC converter, and then it is connected to DC to AC converter, and AC motor is used, and can be, the motor is connected with the wheels for the propulsion of the electric vehicle. And during the regeneration, here the kinetic energy is converted into electrical energy and can be stored in the battery, and this part bidirectional.
Excuse me, madam.
Sir?
Sir, please full screen, madam.
Sir, actually it is not, when I go to slideshow mode, it is not change it, sir.
Otherwise, go to for sharing, madam, directly. Open shares file. Okay, but the visible is not exactly, madam. Some of writing part is not visible to that one.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So better now, sir. They not upload to PPT by using screen. Okay, and share. Thank you, madam. Okay, visible, madam.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, madam.
Okay.
मैम वॉइस नहीं आ रही है आपकी।
There is no voice, madam. Hello, madam. Check your voice.
Sir, sir, wait, sir, wait.
Yes.
Sir.
Yes.
Sir, now is it okay, sir? Sir, excuse me. Now is it okay, sir?
Okay, madam.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, madam. Thank you.
So for power flow in electric vehicle, the direction of the power flow in electric vehicle for the traction power flow and for the regenerative power flow. For the traction power flow, it starts from the power system to the wheels. So it starts from the power system, that is electrical energy, and then power converter, and then electrical motor, then gearbox, then connected to the wheel. And the power flow is from the left to right. And during regenerative braking, regeneration, the power flow is the opposite of the traction power flow. It starts from the wheel, then gearbox, electric motor, then power converter, and goes to the battery for the storage. So power flow for the hybrid electric vehicle. In hybrid electric vehicle, fuel tank, internal combustion engine, and then here it is a parallel connection. The first part, fuel tank and internal combustion engine, is connected with the load. Load is nothing but the electric vehicle, and battery pack, then electric motor or generator can be connected here. So here this electric motor is used when the electric vehicle takes the energy from battery. The machine acts as a motor, and when regeneration during braking time, the machine acts as a generator, and machine acts as a generator. It converts the kinetic energy into mechanical energy. So power flow in the hybrid electric vehicle, when the electric vehicle takes the energy from the fuel tank or from battery, the power flows from left side to right side. During the braking time, the kinetic energy stored in the battery as electrical energy. So when vehicle takes the energy from battery, the machine acts as a motor. So the motor converts the electrical energy into mechanical energy. During braking time, the machine acts as a generator. It converts the mechanical energy into electrical energy, and the electrical energy is stored in the battery pack. And this is the bidirectional flow, and this is unidirectional power flow. In comparison of hybrid vehicle and plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. So in hybrid electric vehicle, propulsion energy is occurred from more than two types of energy sources. One is electrical, one is electrical energy, and another one is the gasoline or petrol or diesel. In plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, the electrical energy taken from the grid or from the home outlets, household outlets, and another one is the either gasoline or petrol or diesel energy. Okay. For a hybrid electric vehicle, the battery can be charged only through the regenerative braking. So in a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, the battery can be charged through the household outlets, about 120 volt or 230 volts. In a hybrid electric vehicle, most of the time the vehicle runs run by the gasoline. Okay. But in plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, most of the time the vehicle runs by the electrical energy. When the battery is down, when battery is fully discharged, then only it goes to the gasoline part. Then in hybrid electric vehicle, it reduces the emissions, carbon emissions. In plug-in hybrid electrical vehicle also reduces the carbon emissions. The maintenance cost of the hybrid vehicle is lower compared to the plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. Next is charging infrastructure of the electric vehicle. When we use the on-grid for charging the electric vehicle, first here transformer on grid, transformer, and then panel, and then working wiring for the parking spots, and then charger. And through the ports we can able to charge the plug-in electric vehicle. This is one type of charging the electric vehicle. By charging this way, by using the on-grid, if we charge the vehicle during the production or generation of the electrical energy, there is a carbon emissions, again pollution is produced. By this way of charging the electric vehicle or by using this way of electric vehicle, it doesn't mean that it is a zero emission, zero carbon emission. There is a carbon emission when generation of electrical energy. This is another type of charging infrastructure. Here both on-grid as well as solar panels are used for charging the electric vehicles. So on-grid, panels, and then charging stations. This and then using the solar panels we can get the DC energy that also stored in the charging stations can be used to charge the electric vehicles. When we use these solar panels only, this is called zero emission electric vehicles. When we use on grids, it is not zero carbon emission electric vehicles. Then different types of batteries. Different types of batteries are used in the hybrid electric vehicle and electric vehicles. There are lead acid battery, nickel metal hydride battery, lithium ion battery, fuel cell, and hydrogen tanks are used. Here most efficient one is the lithium ion battery. This is the energy here, range of miles here given. Lead acid battery gives the lower mileage, and nickel metal hydride gives somewhat higher than the lead acid battery. Lithium ion battery gives the more mileage. It means that higher power density and energy density. Then there are different types of levels of charging the electric vehicles. So level 1, level 2, level 3 types of charging. Level 1 type of charging takes longer time to charge the vehicle. It takes around 20 hours. Level 2 charging takes 4 to 8 hours of charging. Level 3 is called fast charging. It takes 30 minutes. Level 3 charging is a DC charging. Here in level 1, single phase AC charging. It can be used in the household outlets. We can charge the electric vehicle. Level 2 charging, either we can use the household outlets or we can use the charging stations to charge the electric vehicle. And level 3 charging is only the by using the charging stations we can charge. It is a DC type of charging around 400 voltage. It is a fast charging. Yeah. Level 1 charging, 130 voltage AC with the indoor and small scale charging. Level 2 is a 230 voltage AC and in-house or public charging means charging stations. And level 3 charging, 480 voltage DC, it is called fast charging. It takes only 30 minutes for the vehicle. And level 4 is 20 minutes per vehicle only for Tesla model is available. Level 4 charging is the 20 minutes per vehicle. And here again the classifications. Slow charging, level 1, 2 are called slow charging. Level 3 is called fast charging. In level 1, 2 or the single phase AC supply. Level 3 either 3-phase AC or a DC supply are used. And here these are the different types of charging ports are used. Different types of charging ports here like constant current source combo, this cadmium CCS combo 1, SAE. These are the famous types of charging connectors used for charging the vehicles. Then for charging of the electric vehicle, there are two types of charging. One is AC and DC charging. DC charging means level 3 charging is called the fast charging, and DC charging 480 voltage DC. So if we use the DC from the charging station, we can directly connect with the battery and can be able to charge. So there is no need of onboard charger. This is one type of charging. This is called fast charging, DC charging, that is level 3 charging. So level 3 charging is called fast charging. It does not require any onboard chargers. It can be directly connected with the battery. But in case of plug-in or level 1, level 2 charging, it needs onboard chargers which is kept inside the electric vehicle. So when we connect this AC type, then it converts AC into DC and then DC is stored in the battery. Okay. So level 1, level 2, level 3 charging. Here level 1 charging gives the 5 miles per hour. 5 miles per hour charge. If you charge for 1 hour, it can run for 5 miles only. It can be charged in the residential use, as I already told. And level 2 charger, it gives 20 to 60 miles per hour of charging. We can charge the in residential or in commercial use. And level 3 charging is called DC fast charging. It gives 60 to 100 miles per 20 minutes of charging. And it can be charged in the, it is in the commercial use only. In solar powered car, solar or wind can be used in the hybrid electric vehicle for charging the battery. Here a solar powered car, on the roof of the car, solar panels are mounted. From the solar sun energy, the solar panel converts the light energy into electrical energy. Here maximum power point tracker tracks the maximum power and it stores in the battery, and then battery to motor controller. Motor converts the electrical energy into mechanical energy and then connected with the wheel. Next, battery. Battery is the main part of the electric vehicle. The cost of the battery decides the cost of the vehicle. So battery is called brain of the electric vehicle. So we have to take care of the battery, very important. So here in battery management system, we have to consider lot of parameters. We have to monitor current, voltage, temperature, state of charge, depth of discharge, state of health, then state of power, state of safety. Everything we have to monitor, protect, and we have to the communication should be enabled among the all the parameters. So the battery should, and then thermal cooling system. Thermal system is very important. So all the parameters should be monitored and the battery should be protected safely, because battery is very important for the electric vehicle. So these are the different parameters have to be monitored. So we have to monitor the battery by protecting the battery from operating outside its safe operating area. So it means that the battery should be operated within the current voltage levels, then state of charging, depth of discharging, everything we should monitor, and then charging, discharging, then cell balancing is very important, thermal management, and then optimization of the battery is very important. So we should take care of the battery. Then different types of batteries are used, already I told. Lithium ion battery, nickel metal hydride battery, lead acid battery, then ultra capacitors are used. Then battery capacity for the different electric vehicles are the for electric hybrid vehicles 0.5 to 2 kilowatt hour, and for a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle 4 to 20 kilowatt hour. For electric vehicles 30 to 100 kilowatt hour, and more than this can be used. Then different types of motors used for the electric vehicle or the DC series motor, brushless DC motor, permanent magnet synchronous motor, three-phase AC induction motors, switched reluctance motors are used. Then there are the different challenges for the electric vehicle market in India. So these are the very important points we have. These are the very important points. What are the challenges for the electric vehicle market? Inadequate charging infrastructure. So for internal combustion engines, we have lot of petrol bunks then and there. But if we use the electric vehicle, we don't get the enough charging stations to charge the electric vehicles. Then recharge time, it takes longer time to recharge. Whenever if you want to go emergency, but it is not it cannot be used because it takes longer, it takes hours to charge. We cannot. If we use the internal combustion engine, just like that, if we go to the petrol pump, we can fill the tank within 10 or 20 seconds we can move. But in case of electric vehicle, it is not a feasible one during the emergency time. And then limited driving range. So the driving range depends upon the battery size, battery capacity. So lack of infrastructures, then it takes longer charging time. That are the factors for the driving range. Then battery issues. So we have to monitor the battery very carefully. We have to battery management system is very important. We have to take care of the battery. Then reliance on the battery imports. So types of batteries available, and then components and parts, and then incentives linked to local manufacturers, and then range anxiety. This one is very important. If we go for a long travel, then a battery operated vehicle is not a feasible one, because we do not have the sufficient charging stations to charge the vehicle. If we have a charging station, it takes longer time to charge. So that one point. Then high cost of the electric vehicle, it depends upon the battery. Cost of the electric vehicle depends upon the battery. And then lack of options for the high performance electric vehicles, then inadequate electrical supply, and then lack of quality maintenance and repair options, and affected by broader automobile industry, because the internal combustion engine based manufacturing companies, they gives they are narrow down the they focusing on the some of the disadvantages of the electric vehicles, like that it will go down. So then there are some of the technical challenges. So again, charging infrastructure, lesser charging stations available, and not completely zero carbon. If we go for the on-grid charging, it is not a zero carbon emission. And electric vehicle choice, we do not have much different types of electric vehicle for choosing our own types. Then difficulty to find the mechanic for the electric vehicles. And then so there are different parts of focusing the use of the artificial intelligence techniques. So we can focus artificial intelligence techniques in different parts of the electric vehicles, in a motor part, in the efficiency of the electric vehicle, then battery side, battery optimization, charging, discharging, scheduling, thermal management side. Everywhere we can use the different artificial intelligence algorithms or optimization techniques can be used. And for charging also, in if we park in the electric vehicles in the public parking stations, there also we can able to charge the vehicles by scheduling or optimization algorithm, like first come first serve vehicles or emergency vehicles. Based on some algorithms, optimization algorithms, we can able to charge the vehicles, and we can able to monitor the battery health of the battery by using algorithms. And based on the renewable energy sources, what is the efficiency of the electric vehicle when we go for the renewable energy sources. And motor side also, in different types of motors are used, what is the efficiency of the electric vehicle and what is the mileage of the electric vehicle based on the road condition. So there and all we can use the artificial intelligence techniques and different algorithms for the electric vehicles, and we can able to increase the efficiency of the electric vehicle. So with this I conclude the session. Thank you everyone for the patient listening. Thank you. If you have any questions, you can ask me. I will try to answer.
Good afternoon, madam. This is Kiran TV. Your session was nice. I have one
Thank you,
doubt in slide number 21.
Okay, sir.
Can you open slide number 21?
Yes, sir. Sir?
Here you have mentioned two motors with individual power converter for two wheels.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In otherwise condition, generally they use one single motor with a differential gearbox, which takes care of
Yes.
the differences in RPM and torque distribution for wheels.
Yes, sir.
In this case, there is no mechanical differential gearbox. How is this addressed in the power converter 1 and 2? Yeah. Can you share some light on this? Or industry is it having any thought about this?
Sir, in case of here also, actually in motor 1 is connected with the front side of the wheels, and motor 2 can be connected with the back side of the wheels. There also differential gear and everything can be connected. Sir.
Okay. So differential gearbox is still there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
But in
Okay,
architecture, it is not. Okay,
madam, is it possible to synchronize these two at the same time?
Yes, sir. We can able to synchronize, sir.
Is any external mechanism required for synchronization?
So based on the torque, speed of the gearboxes, we can synchronize, sir. Actually,
this is happen in aeroplane.
Okay, sir. But I don't have much idea on that one. Now only I'm
Thank
also
you,
learning in this.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir. Any other questions, sir?
Madam, the way you showed the different types of hybrid plug-in and series plug-in and parallel plug-in, it's very explanatory. Is it possible for you to share any of these slides which are not confidential to the participants?
Okay, sir. We will share, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, ma'am. My voice
Sir,
is
good
clear.
afternoon. Yes, sir.
Ma'am, your session is very nice. Ma'am, I want to ask one thing. In the previous session, you say this electric vehicle is, with the help of this technology, the environmental is clean and safe.
Yes,
But while creating a battery in comparison to IC engine or other sources are available to us, but creating a battery is also harmful for environment. So how we can
sir.
justify this technology is very much clean and green energy is very much beneficial for the humankind in comparison to the other sources that are available to us?
Sir, actually, the disposal of battery is very difficult in case of electric vehicles.
Yes.
Nowadays, the electric vehicle is coming into the market, sir. But we are now at present we are not concentrating on the disposal of the battery and all. After 5-6 years, only we are going to concentrate on the disposal of the battery. So that time surely we will face some of the problems based on this disposal of the battery. That time okay, but
Ma'am,
next is if we
also
yes,
one thing is there. I purchased a electrical bike. Okay, the
okay,
cost
sir.
of that bike is 65,000. Company
Okay,
is
sir.
I think Yokohama. And
Okay.
the life of the battery is 3 years, and after 3 years I have to buy a new battery which is cost around 28,000.
Okay, sir.
So can we say कि this is very cheap or in comparison to other source available to us?
Yes, sir. I think it is cheap, sir, because if we run the internal combustion engine for the 3 years, we fill the tank for every time. For 3 years, we can surely we can fill the tank for a rupees of 28,000. So I think it is a nominal rate, sir, battery, and this battery cannot be disposed after using the electric vehicle. The battery can be reused for any other purpose, sir. I think it can be surely reused for some other purposes, not for the same electric vehicle.
Okay,
Surely
okay,
can be used, sir.
okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Jana. Thank you for your answers. And can we close the session, madam?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you all the participants for the patient listening. Thank you everyone. I thank our management, principal, HOD for giving me this opportunity. Thank you. Thank you everyone.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am, for sharing your expertise in the field of hybrid electric vehicle systems and architecture, and we are delighted to have a glimpse of topics from you. We could like to inform that the next section will be start around 3 p.m. Thank you all.
Thanks.
Thank you.